Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today we're playing Minute of Islands. I've had my eye on this one for a while now. I missed it at the last Steam Game Festival. I had it all downloaded and didn't quite get around to it. It has this really intriguing, like bordering on Adventure Time art aesthetic where I feel like you can tell from the animation alone that it's still its own distinct thing, but there's enough of that there to feel kind of like familiar and then doing its own thing. It all just looked very intriguing. Content warning, trauma, destructive behavior, images, language. I want to leave that on screen for a second for anyone who feels that they could benefit from that.
Four brothers.
Know things are fantasy-esque in this game. I don't know really what to expect.
Bagger.
I believe Satan is the name.
Under. And Offla. Bound by eternal purpose.
Maybe those will be 4 different like dungeons to tackle. I don't know if this is dungeon based. It seems like this game might have wholly unique lore. Like it's not rooted in a certain culture or anything. It might be entirely unique. Which I do enjoy both, but I feel like most of what I've seen in recent years is pulling from real cultures. Mo. I kind of hope they don't give us much more than that to begin with, and that you start discovering more as you play. There's like a Pokemon in the corner there, like a jackalope, basically. It just, with the antlers on a rabbit and a big fluffy tail, it becomes a little Pokemon-like, in my mind. God, I'm such a sucker for like hand-drawn, hand-animated
More has learned to
visuals.
sleep under the hissing tubes and the ever-humming chambers. The pumping cylinders give her comfort, the drumming of a job well done.
I do like that it's scaling back from the epic booming narration. It's just like we're gonna really slowly ease you into this
Nothing
world.
startles her more than silence.
I like sleeping with white noise as well. Big drumming, humming, clanking machines. Probably too far for me. That's just
There is no
personal.
rest for the apprentice.
The apprentice of what? Ah, that's a good character design. Simple, bold colors. The way their hands almost like disappear when they're in an idle pose. Yeah, Mo is a character that I see frequently guest appearing in other games in the future. Explore the underground networks and investigate why the machines have fallen silent. Keepsakes from the surface. It looks like we actually have like a drawing tablet and like a full desk setup here. Drawings, layouts, blueprints. Oh, it might be just something to draw on, not a digital tablet. You picked up the Omni Switch. Oh, that's funny. You can literally like just look up and down. I can draw? Hold right trigger to draw. It will always point to your next objective like a compass and will give you access to the machines of the giants. Which I have to guess in some ways like those are the dungeon entrances, if that's how this is going to play out. Rudimentary tools for Mo's tinkering. Okay, the little like it's just kind of a cute ladder animation, and it also made me realize that they're doing some interesting things with like the limbs are being not hand drawn, I don't think. And maybe everything is just really effective use of shape tweening. It's a cool way of doing the animation where it looks hand drawn and it's done smoothly enough to kind of fool you into thinking someone drew every frame. Down here is not a good place to keep a pot. Keep a pet. I looked like there was a pot on top of the cage and I was like, no, you think you could use a pot just about anywhere. Photographs. Many are of Mo's sister, Miri. Okay, I did that on accident, but you kind of like umbrella float with your dress like Princess Peach. Oh, you can keep going to the left. The game kind of stopped me before, and I thought that was it. There's something weird going on there, where it's a weird mixture of like machine and organic and natural, and I don't really know what I'm looking at or what I just climbed up. I think it was a machine, like an industrial built ladder. Okay, but then the way that opened, it opened from like different corners the way a machine would, but it kind of like stuck and peeled the way that, I don't know, like flesh would. Like when you got sticky lips going on. It's grossed me out a little bit. Don't know if I liked that very much. Now everything around me is suddenly that much more gross. Yuck. keep crawling. There you go. Now you got it.
So much around here, repaired and watched and built, but in this deathly silence, she is once more taunted by the one thing she will never be able to do.
So many extra in-between animations. I like the way her arms
Their
like turtle in.
can be studied and replicated, but their strength they selfishly keep.
This game is getting weird quickly, and I'm into that. Hi. So you have your own Omni Switch? See, I got one too. Mine's a little smaller, but they're the same. You and I are the same. I perfectly relate.
Despite all the wiring and the manufactured tubes, the engines are powered by physical force.
This guy's just napping? Back to work? There's no paid breaks? We need you to keep cranking.
The kind that no mere human could ever muster.
I hope this lady narrates the entire game. One, because I like that as just a storytelling device, and it's a very nice, pleasant voice. I would be more than happy to listen to more of that. What is this thing? What is any of this? I want to know, but I don't want it to tell me immediately. I want to discover.
He was always the weakest of the four.
Scrub.
He is struggling to breathe.
Disowned.
Even Mo can taste the stale air in her mouth. It seems the ventilation system isn't working properly, but nothing does without the engine.
Wait, but does he need to be turning the engine to power the things? Are we in some sort of never-ending loop there? Oh, is he good? Ugh. Sick. Visit the observatory and make sure the other three brothers are still functioning. Hello? Oh god. Not quite what I wanted to do, but it makes me feel as though there's no puzzle to be solved here. I'm not gonna alert this guy, wake him up or anything. But I do want to go exploring just a little bit extra. Eventually, I suppose. I'll just carry on with the predetermined mission then, shall I? I'm wondering if this game is not very, like, action-oriented. It's just kind of like navigation, exploration, interesting story, beautiful art, smooth animation. I consider those to be, like, sell points in a game. Even if there's not, like, any advanced combat or anything. I don't need that. If the story's great, then sometimes that's the only part I'm really all that engaged with anyways. And I would rather just all the more time. I don't want things to detract from the story. I just want to, like, learn more about this weird, freaky world. And this disturbing little bit of,
without power,
grossness.
The observatory is not much use.
All the brothers aren't in this one room, are they? One wherever we are? Really makes it seem like these four people the four brothers it set up are like very functional and not evil. I thought they would be evil and I would have to fight them all. Use the Omni Switch to reroute emergency power to the observatory. Just like so. Done? A lot of, quite the flourish pulling that thing in and out. Oh, there we go. I was ever so slightly in the wrong spot. Wait. Lock it in and then crank it up. There we go. Now we're cooking. Nailed it? No power. Come on. Is that not what I just did? It's all power now. Like tuning an antenna? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Weird bit of lore.
It hits Mo like a punch to the chest. It is all 4 of them. They all broke at the same time. Failed at the same time. Something grave must have occurred. But what?
Inspect the surface, investigate what made them shut down. So I can't immediately go help Safan. I guess you need all of them awake. Or at least one of them to start cranking things to ventilate it, to get everyone functioning again. I keep pulling out the Omni Switch on accident because right trigger feels like it would be a good button for running. I'm getting used to it. I assume this game is combat free, just based on how
Without
things
the
are
veil,
playing out.
The air is too toxic to breathe. And just as Moore feared, the vents have all shut. The poison is kept out. But so is the oxygen. Safan is slowly suffocating, and the other 3 may have it worse.
Is the thing we're in, the entirety of it, the veil? Or just those individual filters? Well, easy does it. Just need to give this a quick crank-a-rooney. And then the next step is unclear, but that first step. Oh, okay, I've created obstacles for myself. Good going, Mo. Making things hard for yourself. Dip on down. I guess that was meant to be a very light introduction to the idea of, like, traps. See this map. Now it's just a picture of a whale. I guess maybe those are like the diagrams that Mo would be drawing in the corner of her room, her own like independent research. Fish and chips. Got like a Vikings boat with the shields mounted onto the side. Whatever that weird, like, assuming that people live out here in this toxic air, as long as that's not a lie. Look at that shark. That, like, they must be aware that that is over there, right? They, like, see this weird pulsing machine organism. Maybe not realizing it's a doorway, though. Game by Studio Fizbin. So long, Seagull. It was both a graceful flight of avian species, but he was also struggling and flapping and wheezing, and it looked kind of haggard there. That one's got like a bald spot on it. That one up top's all covered in blood. The seagulls are not as delicate and just elegant as you would expect. Chapter 1, Safan. Oh, even the sound designs. And the way that it like breathes. I assume that's it like doing its filtration.
It shows all 3 purifiers are down.
Bad
As if
news.
Moore needed any confirmation beyond the spores in the air. This is on you, Safan. Mo grunts. Pray it is not too late for me to fix your mess.
We're blaming him. Is it because he fell asleep and then that, like, messed up all his brothers? I think it's probably not his fault. It seems like it probably messed up everyone else at the same time, and, like, there's nothing that can be done about it. A glimpse of the other islands not far from here. Your uncle's proudest catch. So there are people who just, like, live up top here, then. I thought maybe Mo was, like, riding out an apocalypse or something down below. This is where that smell was coming from. Yes, it is quite foul in here. At least the spores do not spoil the crustaceans. I mean, I guess if you're willing to eat some of this, that's good for you. I do not like this room. Smelly, gross, bones everywhere. I would like to leave from there now, please. I can just chuck myself straight off the edge. Oh, nuts. How many times am I going to do goofy little things like that? I'm just trying to figure out, like, where else is there to go? I want that mug. Comfy chair. Got the radio to listen to, looking out over the ocean. Filthy chair with their uncles behind imprinted on it. Is he still around? He's got a pretty cushy setup there. I like it at least. Then there's all these dumb seagulls. Oh, you can't make that jump? Is the water toxic as well? No, never has been interested in fishing. Sitting around, doing nothing. Yeah, you'd much rather live down in your bunker where you sit and do nothing all day. Some parts of her uncle's extensive collection. It seems like he's really loaded up on old valuables and things. It's gorgeous what he's put together. Little side entrance that I seem to have to navigate blind. You don't actually go into. I kind of figure if you like jump or crawl. I'm trying to crawl. Nothing. Seemed like a perfect place for some cool secret something or other. A lot of these seagulls are kind of messed up. This guy's missing a leg. Did these two have some sort of big spat between them? They look all ragged. And all of them look quite ragged, but those two in particular look like they fought it out. Between just the visual of this rotting whale carcass.
It died a long time ago, and now the spores are taking hold of whatever remains. A better fate than the fungus eating you alive.
Us, Mo? We're being eaten alive by a fungus? Is that why all these seagulls are kind of messed up and like a little bit sketchy and like more carrion focused than usual? Is that the fault of the spores, the fungus? I guess the spores probably come from the fungus. But like with the sound design and just the grossness of the visual of it, there's some sort of strange version of like horror adjacent themes going on there that are very interesting. Like all of that is super messed up. It's not inherently like evil or scary. It's just a little disturbing maybe. I'm a little grossed out that we're allowed to just walk around out on top of it. Okay, maybe we gotta construct a bridge though. Oh, see, you can see all the funguses growing out of it. So a lot of the spores have definitely like taken root. Maybe a nice vantage point. I'm really just kind of looking still. I guess I could inspect. All right. I'm heading in the right direction then. The ship needs a quick recharge. Is this the spot to do so? So, somewhere right here. Is that not the spot where you plug the thing I'm holding in? Nope, over here. That little yellow icon I thought was the... It looked like this. Looked like that little bit of yellow. Are we planning to head out to an entirely new island? Is that like our plan here? I kind of want to like stay and explore this island a little bit longer before committing to anything like that. You might just hop on board without having any real say. Oh, hi, the Kraken is the captain of this ship. The Kraken?
Do not worry.
Captain Kraken?
I will fix your mess, and I will save our homes. Mo reassures herself.
For a second I was like, wait, Mo is the narrator? No, not quite. I do have the tiniest backtrack I want to do first. Before the whale, before heading to the beach, I do want to try and kind of head down to where these little holes are. Like, seemingly you can travel in and around and through that tunnel? Just as long as I can find out how to drop down. Dang, maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe that's just meant to be a cool little visual there. Like, I'm not sure what you would get from it if the entrance and the exit are so near each other anyway. Seemingly I can't. Alright, back to the whale. We'll climb aboard this weird, gross ship. Are you sure you want to start your journey and leave the island of Bowen? It's like Joan, Bowen, Bone. But it's not supposed to like B-O-N-E, right? There's an achievement. Onward. Setting sail. The little propeller in the front, I guess it's like paddling us forward. I don't really know what the clampy bit in the back would be for. Is this maybe just, it's showing us something that represents where we're headed? So we're going from a small island to a big one, and there's some sort of serpent outside, like that little loading screen. Oh, see, this thing can go in either direction.
She knows the damage the spores are capable of. The fungus first poisoning the mind, then ever so slowly consuming the body. How it will spoil the verdant soil and obscure the midday sun.
Is it safe to assume that it got her uncle? And is her, like, part of her attire there meant to be a mouth covering? Like, it's not just a part of her little dress there, it's maybe made to stop her from inhaling these spores that are going to destroy everything? Seems like our best hope in this world and ecosystem.
Dangers, more frequently inhales the poison.
Oh no.
An occupational hazard, she calls it. A sacrifice others weren't willing to make.
Yeah, like, is everyone gone? And is this the 4 big giants keeping your filtration system going literally just to maintain what little there is left? Because it really does not seem like a lot.
Coughs, a few eerie apparitions won't keep her from doing her job.
Is this like
After
a
all,
hallucination?
She is the bearer of the Omni Switch.
I don't know, that seems like a really self-appointed task, you know? Just because you have it doesn't mean it was like destined for you. Oh god. Is that a memory of like first, maybe she did earn it. Maybe it is a big deal that she has that thing. The big pillars and clouds of smoke. I guess that's studying what the different like sporal compositions of it would be. God damn, we couldn't have gone wide around all that? That seems brutal. I want to see this thing clamp to dock itself with like a big alligator bite. I think that'll just be kind of like a neat visual.
Once a bustling place.
Buwa.
Before the great exodus. Now just a pile of broken things and abandoned ideas. The island hosts the purifiers, guarding Safan's domain. And not much else anymore.
Would the great exodus have been everyone dying? Or everyone like willingly leaving? Part 2, the island of Buwa. Bring her in nice and slow. Okay, now just ram her straight into the side, just for fun. No one's gonna judge you. You can do whatever you want. It might be like loading the level, and this is just it slowly, like as it loads. That was a little bit excessively slow. I would like to get off now. Gross, but awesome. It can be both of those things. Didn't want to take one of those much more normal, like, paddle boats, hey? No need for any of that. 0 out of 12 samples? Remember. Okay, so those apparitions aren't just hallucinations. They seemingly are little memories. Oh, but then do I have to, like, collect this, perhaps? Or do something with it? If I check... You have 0 out of 12 memories in this area. Yeah. So, like, I must have to do something with that. It was as simple as that. You just jump up and grab
The
it.
children used to all come here together. Miri, Mo, their friends, for the seaberry jam, the scarecrows, and the rides.
What's
And then
seaberry jam?
The exodus happened.
I just like jams a lot. Oh yeah, there's some jam like floating in the water there. I would love to eat a fictional berry. Why does that sound so appealing? I want it. Locate and restart the first of 3 air purifiers to eventually cleanse Buwa and bone. Well, this all looks real nice. These little squirrel rabbits can help us perhaps, maybe?
The smell of sea berries fills her nostrils.
Yum yum yum.
Or is it a scent lingering in her memories?
Scent is like the strongest thing linked to memory. The poison in the air takes some animals quicker than others. Oh, that's a real big bummer. Poor little thing never made it. I'm so sorry that we allowed this to, like, turn into poison even briefly. Sorry, little guy. No one deserves that. And I can't find my way up. I am still just in love with the weird, chaotic, like this couch put into the cliffside.
Her uncle's estate.
It's more dead
he
rabbits.
Should be inside, with the windows shut and doors locked.
Maybe Uncle's still kicking around. I really assumed Mo was entirely on her own.
Mo's heart skips a beat.
Maybe Miri's
Either
around
the fungus
too?
got to him, or he is somewhere out there, fiddling with the purifiers himself.
Either way, not great. I'm a little surprised you two didn't choose to like live together in this world. Maybe you just value your privacy. Years of unopened letters. Mo can relate. Who's sending letters? You sending letters to each other? You guys got to stay in touch better. The oven's still warm. You can smell fresh bread. Someone left in a hurry. They forgot to turn the cooker off. So these are all good signs that he was at least recently alive. So many bottles, but just one seat. Lonely. Oh. A bottle just fell off, but I don't think we can actually collect it. Family pictures. Only a few with Mo in them. Her uncle is still waiting for his dog to come back. Oh. That's so sad. Cool loft, though. Nope, he didn't die here. He's got like a stuffed teddy bear and like a stuffed weasel. It's pretty funny that he's got like these childish old stuffed animals, yet he only has like a picture of Mo. Come on, dude. You guys seemingly only have each other. You gotta be ready to like look out for one another. Did they dress up scarecrows in like gas masks and things? Oh god, look, there's even more. That one's still alive. It's kind of breathing and twitching. Oh god, these spores, I hate them. I understand. Her uncle's toolbox is missing. Come here, you gross little spore. How dare you?
Mo remembers every one of these masks. The people who once wore them. The lingering memories of people. In one way or another. Now gone.
This one directly in front of us here is like too complete of a person. The fact that scarecrows, you know, are usually not really fleshed out. They only have that one stake, not actual legs. They never wear boots. They don't really have like full hands or anything. This one is a little bit too detailed, and it crosses over into some sort of weird uncanny valley that I didn't even know could exist for scarecrows. I realize all these masks look quite battered, but like none of them are functioning enough to use. Like occupational hazard, I know, Mo, I know that's what you want to play it off as, but you should probably wear a mask. Not a worry in the world. Cheers. You group, you just enjoy yourselves fully, eh? Mo still has work to do here. The purifier is waiting. There's a purifier out here somewhere? Oh, I get ya. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Having a bit of difficulties. Just rust and fish grease. It's a lot of S sounds in a row. Really stumbled on that. What's with these bones in the roller coaster track?
to decorate a tourist attraction. It's authentic, her uncle would say, but he'd always dodge the question of whether the bones were from a whale or another large creature.
Gross and kind of like tacky and just weird. I guess this is maybe it is a roller coaster then, if it's all part of a tourist attraction. The real puzzle of the game is just guessing which platforms are the ones you're meant to be able to jump up and grab. I'm surprised I can't, like, crawl through or anything. I feel very stuck. I don't know where I can go from here. I could climb up and over his house from, like, the opposite side of it, I think. Yeah, this seems
Moore's
like a real
uncle
option.
owned this place. He still somehow does.
I mean, does he really have customers? Does it really matter? Oh, it's not just the Seaberry place, although that's a big part of it.
2 coins. Back when money still meant something.
There's a memory floating around up there. It's a lot to be seen. Those were wild roller coasters. Lots of loops and twists and like free falls and things. It still smells of candy floss, popcorn, and frying fat. What remains of the tasty slushies of her youth. But up top here, perhaps the first purifier at least.
The machine looks intact.
Some more
It is
dead
resting.
bunnies.
Waiting for a spark.
I don't know how hand-holdy the game is going to be. If it's going to be like, here's precisely where you need to go looking for that. Or if I have like a little bit of freedom to go bombing around. Alright, alright. That sign's pointing up, but I don't think I can actually go up. Nothing really intact. Oh! Did I just end up in the area I was trying to get to before? Great. Mysterious bubbly brown pulp inside. Barry the Seaberry Boy. A hit with the visitors. Little mascot they made to go along with him. Yeah, this is definitely, I'm right above where they made the comment about the bone and like not quite knowing exactly where they came from. It is a little messed up actually to have used real bone for this rather than anything artificial. Even if it was fake, it's still a little grim. I think I agree with Mo. Not certain I'm the biggest fan of that. Oh, there's totally some more little bits to be jumped up here. Alright. It's just kind of about keeping an eye out for the subtle little extra bits of things there are to grab hold of then. I guess I should have known I would at some point have to make my way up to that memory. That had to be accessible in some way.
Her uncle always told stories about his big plans. How people would come from far-off lands. He spent all his fortune on his dream. All that's left is the rot in the jars.
Wow, that's so depressing. Oh, that feels really sad actually. And seemingly a little bit like too late to do anything about it. That's like never gonna be overcome now. This game might be a major bummer. As if that wasn't already apparent by the way that, like, everyone was dead, you know? Should have been the first hint. Let's see if we can get one of the first one of these bad boys back online. As long as it doesn't just start shooting a hole straight through the island or something horrible. I have, like, a weird suspicion that something bad is gonna happen. I hope not. This is a good thing, right? Oh, there's all the spores vaporized.
Mo dares to take a deep breath. The air still tastes foul.
Ooh.
The acrid poison is mostly gone.
Mostly.
2 more to go.
Only a little bit poisonous. just a little bit. This part of the island is cleansed. Now find the 2 remaining purifiers. Sorry about that, little bunny. I wish I could have solved it sooner. Well, I'm not sure if this is the story game I'm going to do a full playthrough of. I don't actually know how long it is or anything, but just the art style, the intriguing bits of it that I've already outlined were reason enough to me to at least want to spend a bit of time with it. I'm happy to have checked it out. I leave it in your hands. We'll gauge popularity and demand for a follow-up video, and we can consider things from there. Let me know what you think of the game so far. It's out now. I'll have a link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.